people of the game. This is Matt Lemke from Through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and today we're going to do a box breaking on Folklore the Affliction. Alright, so, Folklore the Affliction. Some of you may remember, if you're one of my long-time viewers, about, I think it was my first Kickstarter, so 4 years ago, I met up with these guys at Origins Game Fair. Oh, I love that picture. Whoa, that's brilliant. I've never seen a company do that before. Anyway, I met up with them at Origins Game Fair. We did an interview, and we did stuff. So for those of you who haven't caught on to this yet, I have no idea what that noise was. This is a picture of this and the way it's supposed to look for you when you put your models away. Which, by the way, one of the reasons why I'm so happy that I finally got this is because these models are so beautiful. And we're going to spend some time looking at these models. I'm going to use these models for many, many things. So let's see, the easiest way to get them out. Is that. And then stand up the box, I guess. Lay it down. Obviously, you're not going to go through this every time you play the game. At least I wouldn't. Set that off to the side. And we're going to go ahead and... I can't get over this. I love this. Sorry, it's a busy day. If you hear dinging in the background, why is this not coming? Oh, that's why it's not coming apart. I'm just doing it wrong. A D10. Oh, a bunch of cards. Now this is Kickstarter. So why haven't I done this before? Well, because I was really bad about communicating with them, and it took me all this time to get my Kickstarter. So I'm going to set some of this stuff off right away. And we're going to zip through some of it, like cards and stuff. They're not the most flattering thing to look at in an unboxing or box breaking. I always roll the dice on camera. And these dice appear to be almost balanced. Oh, they're getting better. They just needed the matte love. Set those, actually I'll put those over there. We have some more dice right here. We have some pop-up standees. We have a things are falling all around me. Almost looks like a bell, but I'm going to say it's a person. A meeple person. We have 2 white D10s, 2 red D10s, the mates for the 2 black dice over there for the percentile dice, 2 black D4s and 2 D6s. Not going to bother opening those. And these little, I'm going to call them bone-colored cubes. Those are most of your components. And then, before we get into looking at the map and the board, that I'm going to set aside for now, we're going to behave. Nothing wants to behave today. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Get a close-up on the art, which their art has come a long way. If you guys go back and look at some of the stuff that we got to see during the demo, that was one of the things that actually grabbed my attention when they were at Origins, is the fact that their art was so cool. So we have all the different little... Ooh, that's a cool picture. Orinth, Galistag, Vladlini, or Laney, switch of some kind, or a trap release, pentagrams, fire. Come on. And then on the back, oh, hey, look at that. On the lever, that's the word I was thinking of. You have wanted, badges. Oh, I didn't look at that site at all. We have the Far East Alchemist. We have the Book of Dark Dimensions. And I think those were, yeah, targeting. Bandage or a scroll probably. Wanted. And if you flip it over, oh, I don't know if you're going to be able to read those. That says skirmish on all those. Those are those little red X's. We have the flames here, even with what they do. You have a whole bunch of A, B, C, D, and E, which I don't remember what those are for. It's been 3 years. You have spawn and snare tokens. Here, I'll just do it that way. You have a lever targeting. You have the wanted tokens, which is the wanted poster on the other side. You have an infected token. What else? You have affliction. So I'm going to put this targeting back in here. Put those in the one box. And then a whole bunch more. Again, everything's labeled on the back. You have bandages, holy water, which is not what I would have thought that was. I would have thought that was, I guess holy water could be magical. You have expired tonic, spirit of wine, boon, which is a bird with, what kind of leaves is that? I want to say fig leaf, but I know the olive branch maybe. Wooden stake, torch, spirit of wine. What's this one? Vitriol. There's only, let's look at these here. So we have, oh, corrosive. That's a pretty cool picture for corrosive. Wooden shields. And we have defend tokens. Pop these two back real quick, or close to back. They're the same size, so. And then we have, oh, look at this. A bat swarm, the colossal dark oak, Lotharian, abomination, angry mob, different books, magnifying glasses, what is that? A sarcophagus, a chimney, or maybe it's just a gate, because right here you have one with portcullis, wooden doors, rubble, you have your story journal number 1. This is where most of your scenarios are going to be. We'll zoom out and flip through that a little bit. Won't spend too much time on it. I wonder, does anybody know if during the Kickstarter they developed an app that helps you tell the stories? That'd be kind of neat. And of course then there is the rule book, which the rule book is a little bit meaty for board games, and this board game is, I would say, not the easiest to learn to play, but it's certainly not complicated by any means. At least when I played the demo with them before it even kickstarted, it was not difficult. There's just a lot of things that can happen in the game, so there's a lot of stuff to cover. Alright, so now we're going to fly through some of these cards, because I really want to get to the cool stuff. So we have event cards, which I'm going to separate right now. Oh, these are event cards as well, but we're going to zoom in. There's not a lot of art on these event cards, so we're only going to look at one or two. So day, ancient device, there's a little bit of story text, and then one character may pass an archaeology 6 success. You impress the mystic among them, and you gain a companion. And at night, it's predators. If you wish to hide, the leader must pass a trickery 5 test. And we're not going to sort through all these because they're all the same format. They have the effect and the way to pass the effect or beat the effect or whatever. So now these, well, I don't know if these are these all items? No. These are, these in my hand are probably all, well, maybe not these right here. These are tarot cards. So we have the Hermit, who says you may not have companions. We have the companions. We have the Chariot, Death, Hanged Man, Judgment, the Empress, Wheel of Fortune, and the Fool. There is probably a full deck in here. But these are artifact cards. We have the Ancient Agricola. Let me bring it down a little bit because I'm silly. Bracers of the Kabbalist. Burial Cloak. Elixir of Life. Green Light Amulet. Heart of Thorns. Ow. Wishmaker. That's a cool picture. Huh. On my screen it looks like it's bone, but it's clearly brass or gold. And then we have a ton of items, and we're going to cruise through these. Oh, there's probably a lot of bandages. Cat's Eye. Diamond. Dolomite Egg. Leather Boots. I'm only going to stop at the ones that look really cool. Holy Water, Incense. Oh, Jade Idol. Can't go wrong with a Jade Idol. They're always fun, no matter what game it is. Sharpening Stone. You know, I don't know. One thing about little cards is you can print more of them for their money, right? But I don't know if I like the way they fit in my hand. I've been playing X-Wing a while, and I'm just not sure. That's a really cool picture. I'm just not sure they're for me. But it's a trend, and I guess I have to put up with it. There's a lot of cool pieces of equipment in here. Ooh, I love that helmet. Spartan's helmets are always fun. A weathered cloak. Alright, so here's the last of the items. As you can tell, the art is outstanding, guys. I mean, it just is. They've got so many different pieces of art for so many different cards. I can't imagine what they paid artists for this game. So we have some rituals here. We have an Arcane Ward. It absorbs arcane energies. We have the Cloak of the Wind. And again, there's not a lot of art on these, so we're going to bust through these because I want to look at the miniatures with you. It's one of the best parts of the game. It really is. I mean, aside from playing it, of course. It has a very unique storytelling element to it. And I hope to be able to complete a full game review of Folklore the Affliction with the expansion before Origins. And then these are companion militia. So we have, I already showed you the farmer, we have minstrel, a mystic, priest, soldier, tinkerer, townsman, vagabond, stickman, cobra. Oh, now we're into companions. A dove. That looks like a photo. Drake. Golden Canary. And these are abilities. Very little art, but we'll look at, well, this is not, yeah, that's an ability. So we'll look at Exorcist. So, Purification, Cook, Holy, Exorcist, restore 4 Vita to yourself or an adjacent ally. Nice. Alright. These are all ability cards, so we're going to skip through those, get them done. Now we're going to look at, well, these are the different trackers, so we'll just look at one real quick. I don't remember how they work, but heck, they might not even have had them. So on this side, you've got the bottom tracker goes from, where's the lowest number, 37 to 72, and on this one side, it's 1 to 36. Alright, so these are new. I don't remember seeing these when I worked with the guys on their Kickstarter back in 2014. But this is a nice little addition. These are like the different character cards. When we played, they were just one single sheet that you laid out in front of you. I kind of like the ability of having them like books. I like the effect. So we have the Arcanist who seeks hidden knowledge. We have the Witch Hunter, obviously, hunts witches. Maybe I'm wrong. We have the Telepath, who is a channeler, or maybe a telekinetic. An Exorcist, which right now, the one I want to play the most is probably the Telepath, or the Arcanist. An Avenging Madman. Now that could be fun to play too. Don't get me wrong. I like knowledge. Or an Archaeologist. I guess I don't know now. There's a lot of cool things. Okay, those are the character cards. We're going to set those off to the side. Now we're going to look at some crazier stuff. And man, I know we're already 20 minutes in, and I'm zipping through here, I know. But there's so much stuff that I got from the Kickstarter. It's not funny. So we have Bat Swarm, and these are obviously the creature cards, just so you can have an idea. And when I play, we'll probably go over these a little bit more in detail. But right now, this is to give you an idea. Dark Oak. Look at the art on the Decaying Dead. A Flesh Ghoul. The gargoyles in this game are phenomenal. Angry Mob. They're kind of a monster. Mad Druid, Moon Priest, Night Stalker. So let's take a look at Rabid Wolf. This is, again, just to give you an idea. I mean, I don't know how many cards there are, but man, there must be, well, some of these are adventuring ideas / cards. And then, what? Are they double-sided? Oh, okay. So yeah, so let's take a look at the Rabid Wolf. These are a new addition to when I first met Will and Blaine. So the Rabid Wolf, this is their Vita, or their like health. They're different abilities of might: defense, stride, lore, coins. Their special power is their bite, which you can get sick from. Their total powers, and then on the back you have, for the character count, what you roll, and then skirmish power. And then again, we'll go over all this. This is, probably going over a lot of people's heads. I mean, it's been 4 years since I played, but basically, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, if you're playing with 3 or 4 players, you roll the d6 to see how many wolves populate. And the skirmish power is only used in skirmish. Restless Spirit, Strega, Undead Caretaker, Vampire, Vicious Hounds. Some character cards in here. Now, those are the ones I'm familiar with. Let's take a look at those real quick. Bam. We have the Arcanist. The picture of the model. That was very smart. We have the Archaeologist. The Avenging Madman. Which I noticed one thing earlier too. I'll be happy to share with you here in a second. We have Telepath, Witch Hunter, and then different Book of Dark Dimensions, Colossal Dark Oak, Far East Alchemist. These are like the character cards for the bad guys, the evil, the darkness. And we can move on to some of the cooler stuff now. This Kickstarter was worth it for me just for the miniatures. I don't buy into a lot of Kickstarters, but okay, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do this one at a time. Or, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom in here. Alright, so the greatness of this Kickstarter, in my opinion, or a lot of the greatness is, look at the detail on these models. Nice PVC, great detail. That is, memory serves, that is the Archaeologist. I believe this is the Telepath, or by the way, the Arcanist. It looks like if you're going to paint these models, make sure you wash them first. It looks like there's a lot of buildup of the mold release, which is a petroleum-based product, which will make your paint not stick to them. This is the Madman. I do believe that's the Exorcist. This is the Hunter, Witch Hunter. And this is the Telepath. The other one is the Arcanist. This is clearly a Telepath to me. And again, the detail is phenomenal. And these are some great minis to learn how to paint on. But check out these guys. They're just so cool. There's a big gap there you can see on my camera, but a little bit of green stuff, or maybe, yeah, a little bit of green stuff and a little bit of sculpting, or any putty pretty much will fill that. Gargoyle, werewolf. Alright, now I got one of everything. So here's a wolf. Pretty cool looking wolves. This is one of the vampires. Nice looking. Werewolf. Nice, big, large. This is probably a ghoul. I could say you would be able to double that as a ghast, maybe even a zombie if you really wanted to. Skeleton, look at the beauty in that figure. Again, beautiful. Gargoyle. Check out that gargoyle. I cannot think of gargoyles that are that good anywhere else. Ta-da! Alright, so I'm going to pause for a second. Sort of. Put these back. Boom. Okay. So, inside, I'm going to put these on the bottom because I think that's going to be better for me in the long run. Folklore the Affliction. Whatever you want. $1, $10, $3. You don't have to pay me for a month. The rule book, the journal, all of the pop-outs, all of the game cards, counter cards, dice, chits, and the really cool handy dandy guide of where you put your models. There's one more thing. There's actually, well, I'm an idiot. I almost did forget something. There's some more stuff. We're going to open up here the countryside board. Which, from what I remember, that's pretty much unchanged. And the special maps for the scenarios and skirmishes. So we have one here that's outside of a farmhouse or a little building. I'll zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's in. Yeah, that's in, Matt. Good detail. This one is a cave room, mine room, clearing in a forest. You could call that a temple or a throne room. Just alongside the road. Outside a meeting house or a house. Call it like a burial site. Definitely a burial site. It's a tomb. Area of mystic exploration. And part of a dungeon. Oh, and did I mention they're two-sided? So that's inside caves. That's just a room with stairs. This is somebody's house or part of a mansion. Another tomb crypt area. A swampy, murky area. A very well lit, large library or study. That's big. Looks like a church. Cavern somewhere. paths and leading up to a cave. So in addition, you get the game board, my daughter's singing upstairs, and all the little map pieces. And I finished just in time to be walked. Anyway, there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been a box breaking of Folklore the Affliction with Matt Lemke from Through Gamer Goggles. Gamer-goggles.com.